The best putters in the world get 4 things right when they make putts: a perfect setup, a perfect stroke, a perfect speed, and a perfect direction. Seymour's patented and proven rifle scope technology putting system helps golfers improve all 4 areas. Here's how. First, get in a comfortable posture. Square the face to the target line using the putter's alignment line. Then hide the red dot. Doing these 3 things will set you up in an optimal stance, square to the putter, square to the target line, and with your head, shoulders, hips, and hands in alignment. Now you're locked onto the target, like radar, free to putt with confidence the same way every time. Take your game to the next level by becoming a great putter with a Seymour.
All right, Connor. So we're recording your video here. All right. So here's your face on and down the line video. Okay. So ball position's good, grip is good. All right. Top of the backswing as you go. What I see is you're kind of tilting a little bit more forward. You see when you make that tilt? All right. Let's just focus on this one for a second. Do you have any favorite player? Who's it?
Not really.
No. What if I have Jordan? Okay, well here's Jordan on face on with driver. So a little different, but top of the backswing, right? You want to be kind of posted up over. Right, over this leg, right, not tilting over to the other side. All right, that's just my opinion. You didn't get any stack and tilt lessons or anything like you want to tilt to the other side. Okay, so we're going to work on posting you up, getting the swing center over that way in the top of your backswing. As far as down the line goes, all right, here's one of my favorite golfers, Zach Johnson. All right, so on the way back, right, I think you turn and get the golf club too far behind yourself, right? You turn too quickly to the inside, right? You got to think about, both of you guys have to think about there's a wall right off your butt, and you don't want to rotate as much and swing into the wall. Bang. So you hit the wall there. Okay? So we're going to get you to go up a little bit higher. And because you swing against the wall so much, your hands are so far off of your shoulder that it's going to make the golf club come in so far this way and shoot the ball out that way. It's almost impossible to get it back on the same line on the way down, which is important. Watch. When you take the he takes the golf club down. See how his hands are more in front of him, in front of his body. His hands are out here, right? Your hands are more behind you, and so it lends yourself to flip the hands and to rely on the timing to hit good golf shots. So when your timing's off, right, it's really hard to do, right? You just want to keep your body rotation. Zach is real good with just rotating his body. He gets to this position and watch, he just turns his hips. Right, and he's very, very accurate with his wedges. Gets them really close all the time. So, so those are just 2 things that we picked out, for the first lesson. But this is kind of like your beginning video, and we can kind of see the progression over the course of the next month of what you're looking at. But everything's pretty good.
Rory McIlroy is only 5'9", 161 pounds. But in the U.S. Open, he bombed his drives an average of over 310 yards. Our question is, how does a golfer Rory's size get so much length off the tee? The key to generating distance is what's called the kinetic chain, drawing energy from the ground up through the legs, through the torso, into the arms, and into the club. And in the middle of that kinetic chain is a critical link, the hips. And it's Rory's extraordinary hip action that caught the eye of Dr. Greg Rose. At the Titleist Performance Institute, Dr. Rose has worked with many of the world's best golfers, including Rory, using technology to analyze aspects of the golf swing that are difficult to see with the naked eye.
Rory's got that beautiful tempo, but as he comes through impact, all of a sudden something very different happens, which makes a lot of us sports science guys look at this and go, wow, what's going on there? If we look at hip speed, most amateurs are around 300 to 350 degrees per second. That's how fast they're rotating. Most tour players are around 550 degrees. Rory gets to this amazing 720 degrees per second on the downswing.
What's truly remarkable about Rory's hip acceleration is that it has another gear, reverse.
So if I'm looking at anatomy, you got to understand your abdominals, they run diagonally. Those are called your oblique abdominals. They start on your rib cage and they run down to your pelvis. So imagine it's like a rubber band attached to either side, and as that rubber band is contracting, it's going to grab both sides and pull them closer together. So in Rory's case, those abdominals fire so hard, it actually takes his lower body and it actually spins in the opposite direction. Right there, it's actually moving 377 degrees per second the opposite direction, which is just crazy.
In other words, for a split second, Rory's hips actually move backward faster than most golfers ever move their hips forward. This reverse rotation is extremely rare. Out of the hundreds of pros he's analyzed, Dr. Rose has only seen it a handful of times. And while it isn't the key to Rory's length, it's an amazing indicator of the intense torque Rory uses to generate ball speeds of over 175 miles per hour, among the fastest in the world. Of course, Rory McIlroy didn't win the U.S. Open just by being long off the tee. His ball striking helped him set the Open record, hitting an amazing 62 out of 72 greens in regulation. For ESPN Sports Science, I'm John Brinkus.
Well, the most important thing in a golf swing to me is the movement of the lower body from the top of the swing. And if you don't mind, I'll demonstrate. First off, you start down below with your knees and your hips. At the top of the swing, you move the lower part of your body, not your shoulders, the lower part of your body, letting your arms and hands follow, bringing you into position to hit. But this is the first movement there. Then you release at the bottom. Most people do it entirely opposite. They rotate their shoulders first instead of their lower body. As a result, they come across the ball and hit the outside of the ball instead of the back of it. If you don't mind, I'll hit a ball, and the first thing to watch is what starts first from the top of the swing.